Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a historical rules event. On top of that, I hope you all are having a wonderful Mother's Day. Our first map today is going to be the Colquitt's Defense, followed up by the Corn Crib. Before we get into this, thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. So our regiments for today, on the CSA side, you have the Jenkins Brigade, Hood's Division, Texas Guards, Lee's French Legion, 20th Georgia, 88th New York, 2nd United States Cavalry, 17th Michigan, and the Kentucky Outlaws, whereas on the Union side, you got the 1st Kentucky, Army of Northern Virginia, 6th Alabama, 6th New York, Hampton's Legion, 6th Arkansas, 2 Corps, 1st United States Sharpshooters, 13th Georgia, and the Shenandoah Regulars. Server pop today, it's a little smaller, probably because it is the holiday, but we're at 221 in balance of 7 towards the CSA side. Artillery-wise, Union has 7, CSA has 16. So with that being said, there's a 9-man imbalance there. And our original, the numbers keep switching around. But anyways, it's a 1-man infantry imbalance in favor of the Union side, which huge, big, huge numbers there. Frontline reporters today on our Union side, you got Gene from the Hamptons Legion, and then the other side, you got Canada from 20th Georgia. His stream was up. It did go down. Message him about it, which I appreciate both these guys wanting to help so we can see what's going on the ground while also seeing what is going on in the sky. But I'm sure that stream of his perspective will pop up when he sees my message, but it's perfectly fine nonetheless. Co-commentating with me today, we have Cloud from the Army of Northern Virginia. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey, Cloud from A&V, part of 1st AL, their cavalry regiment, and I'm also one of the admins and organizers for this event.
Wow. Well, I appreciate you being here today, flying above, admitting this glorious event, right? But
yeah.
Anyways. So, in your opinion, how does each side want to play Colquitt's Defense?
Normally, as a CSA player, you just want to play really passive. Try to keep it a shootout as long as possible. Make sure to deny Union the hill up there where the artillery battery is, and try to keep them out of that forest line as long as possible. And then as Union, it's obviously, doing the opposite what I've just said. You want to take that hill or, get a good foothold in that forest line and force the CSA to play out in the open.
And it looks like, for the most part, the majority of the Union side is pushing their way down. A and V, 6 Alabama's in there. 6 Alabama, I know I mentioned them separate of A and V, but they are part of A and V. They're just separate on the corn sheet, and we have the space, so that's why I put them there. And there we go. We got Canada's view up top. Beautiful to see that. Again, appreciate both those guys. So, CSA already.
Yeah, so 6Al, they wear A and V tags too. They bring enough by themselves that it just makes sense for them to run in their own line.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because you guys have officers based on that, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, each group, like Killer obviously runs all of A and V, but then, infantry underneath him is Sebastian and Oompa, and then you have the Cav guys, which are Lyferic, Corn Pop, and Prussian.
We're getting the whole history.
And then 6Al's. Yeah, and then 6Al's Gamebot and Max.
So, Union gets up. They're starting to put a little pressure. We saw A and V there. You got some 1st Delaware guys. See 13th Georgia and 6th New York putting up pressure here. CSA is starting to respond. LFL and 88th New York trying to hold off at least closely. More up the hill, you got the Texas Guards. And as of no sprinting and no bayonets until the 30-minute mark. That's why nobody has them and they're not sprinting. But this map is a 26% ticket advantage to the Union attacking side. Weapons on this map, Union has the 2nd Wisconsin with the option of the Lorenz and the Springfield 61. They also have the 19th Indiana with the Springfield 61. CSA, on the other hand, they have the 13th Alabama and the 6th Georgia, with both have the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 55. So, CSA backing off in the woods a little bit. They're actually pushing up center on the point, which is a little fascinating. Looks like you got HL moving down as well for Union towards this wood line.
Yeah, for what it looks like, so Union kind of split. They went 50-50, like up the hill and then to the woods. And then it looks like whenever CSA reacted to it, that group of Union that was up by the house like just immediately bolted down the hill towards the woods to, I guess, maybe to kind of draw CSA out, like, and spread them out.
Yeah, draw them out, spread them out, and yeah, you would assume now that Union would get really aggressive in the woods because if CSA is spread out, and CSA definitely is spread out, I mean, they're starting to move guys from the top of the hill downward, but you'd think Union would want to push the pace. Now, they can still charge and get in the melee if they want, but no sprinting can kind of be a hassle. No bayonets doesn't really change a whole lot, just makes those charges a lot longer. But
boys, we're dressing left.
So Union's
Yeah,
now
looks
starting
like
to go north.
this is still up here. 6 Arkansas. They're kind of just up here harassing by that White House, trying to keep CSA busy.
Which at least I'm in the woods right now, but it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of Union there. CSA shouldn't mind them as much, I would think, but
Yeah.
especially with the woods being more of a priority with the whole Union side being here, but nonetheless it is what it is. And we got some comment. There is some CSA Texas Guards holding outside of the woods, shooting inside. A little surprisingly there. They get their shots and back off. Second U.S. Cav now starting to push up for CSA, trying to kind of hold this line. LFL and 80th New York holding on the rocks. A little to the right of
TKO got not necessarily behind, but on the side of Union in that set of rocks in the field.
Nice angle there. They're kind of containing them right now, but
yeah,
how aggressive is Union going to play this?
I think what this may have done too is for Union is keep them out of artillery fire.
Definitely.
Because they've pretty much eliminated, whatever they've got. CSA's got up on that battery because they have nothing to shoot at now.
And
I guess
battery.
Except counter. Yeah, counter bat.
The best use of artillery.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, they can't shoot into that wood line. Looking over here at 6 Arkansas. 20th Georgia's going after them. Looks like they're going to charge.
Looks like so 6LA pushed out TKO from that set of rocks, but here comes Eddie, and them are going to looks like push 6LA out. It's always funny watching these double quick charges. Because normally, sometimes it doesn't even end in a melee. People will just get point blank and shoot each other.
Kind of just happened there.
Yeah.
And TKO kind of shooting, maybe getting a team kill or two on second US
it
Cav.
looks like maybe. Oh.
HL's not charging that.
Yep, HL's going to charge out second US.
Yeah, give them your clubs.
Get bonked.
The bat melee is so funny to watch.
Official rule going forward, only
bats.
Yep. No bayonets. They didn't exist. TKO's just having a jolly good time sitting and shooting there, but CSA's up slightly on tickets, which Union's still in a very good spot. You'd want to hit the defenders down to engage by the 30-minute mark. But obviously with the slower pace at the start of the round, starting at the 42-minute mark, no bayonets, no sprinting. Nice shot from Eagle from 13th Georgia, by the way. But yeah, you'd expect a slower start in this event, but things might pick up. I will also note, I mean, we're at 230, which is weird to say. It feels like it's on the smaller side in terms of server pop, which is an insane thing to say because 213 people's a lot, especially considering a couple years ago when servers were like 100, 150.
When I started playing in 2020, it was 75 a side, and that was still like one of the biggest games, on the market player size.
Look at where we gone now. We're up to 500. Good and bad.
No, we're spoiled with what we got.
No more crash issues with the game, especially when like changing map packs or whatever.
Yeah. As much, gruff as people give the devs and all that stuff, one thing they can't complain about is the optimization of this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's really one of the only things that's probably not the only. It's the biggest thing that they've worked on the past couple of years, and it's definitely shown. Getting 500 players on a server with CryEngine, which I don't know how great that is, but not a lot of people use it, so
Yeah. Well, just the quality of the you know the graphics of the game. It's pretty above par for most first person shooters. Like the amount of detail that's put into it.
Since I've put so many hours in this game, my expectation for how other games should look has greatly gone up.
Yeah.
So, and I don't really watch War of Rights on YouTube anymore just because I spectate these so much, but at least from what I remember, the videos of this game don't always do it justice. So, in short, buy the game. It's a great game. $30 unless it's on sale where it's $15, which it probably won't be on sale until the summer sale, which I think is at the end of next month.
Yeah, I think it starts the end of June.
So, anyways, Union's actually taken a kind of a substantial ticket lead here, which it's been a closer shootout. No one has buck and ball, so a lot of life lost here. Which shootout, generally there's a lot of variables. Sway, the smoke, suppression, elevation. There's just so many things that I think it's a 1-to-1 trading kills, meaning it's a 1-to-1 trading ticket loss, and since the attackers have more tickets overall, it's going to hurt the defenders a lot more in terms of a percentage, which is why CSA, I think, is down right now. And Union's actually starting to push up a little bit. You got 6 Alabama, 6 New York, pushing around this CSA right side, trying to hit LFL on the side, who kind of moved off these rocks that Union are now on.
There was 6 Alf, pushed up there first and kind of took the brunt of the attack, but good on 6 New York for reinforcing them.
And
yeah, and with that, I'm sure you've seen it, but yeah, the new rule that we kind of been testing out, which it's gotten positive feedback, is we don't do bayonets until someone hits engage now instead of the 30-minute mark.
thank you for correcting me. That,
Aim at their waist, aim at their waist, aim at their
We've only been doing it for, I think, the past 2 to 3 events, just kind of trying it out. But yeah, I mean, normally we did it at the 30-minute mark, but people wanted to just see if it, what would happen if we only do it at engaged.
but sprinting is still good at 30, right?
Yes, yeah.
Alright. So, sprinting enabled. No bayonet still. Texas Guards trying to at least secure the CSA line, pushing up and hitting the, I guess, side of 6 Alabama. Fascinatingly, you still have 20th Georgia and HD guys sitting up kind of between the woods and the RD. They're kind of shooting it off from a distance with, I assume, the 6 Arkansas guys. But, I mean, 6 Arkansas is keeping a larger CSA force distracted in a sense, which will help Union out in the woods.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy because, CSA could really use those, what is that, an extra 15 guys at least?
Yep.
And, they're, they don't see what we're seeing, but you would think, looking and not seeing a battlefield full of people, you would probably move to where there's action.
Right.
Just a heads up, they just moved a flag to the southeast.
I don't know, are they shooting down at 6LA? I can't tell. It almost looked like they were just shooting at the arty guys.
I have not seen counter battery with infantry since Tall Gray back a couple years ago when Killer was commentating a roulette lane match. Iconic moment.
I remember that, yeah.
It looks like a mix of fire. Some are firing up to 6 Arkansas, and then some are firing down on 6 LA, so it's a mix. But CSA first to hit engage, so I assume bayonets on then at this point?
Get on this fence. We gotta get on the fence.
Oh, there we go. Bayonets.
Bayos allowed.
You got Texas Guards pushing up to where 13th and 6 LA guys are at. Bringing a flag up too, which is a little surprising they're doing this on their own. CSA already overshooting a little bit there.
Shift left, shift left.
Shift left, don't rush your shots, make sure you land it.
And they're actually going to push Union off. A little bit of a risk there, but they got what they wanted. And actually, it looks like the Union left with 6 New York and 6 Alabama got shot off, or they just proceeded to reform. Got some TKO guys going over there. A little further more over than what they were, but both sides now engaged. Union's got to move quick though. Time is waning. I mean, we're almost halfway through the match.
Yeah, this is one of those. I mean, even without the rules, I still feel like Colquitt is one of those maps that Union kind of just needs to cap early at some point, unless they can really push the tempo.
I would agree with that. And you actually have Union charging now to this CSA kind of left side. Exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, as soon as I say something, there you go.
It always happens like that.
Yeah, it looks like Union's able to take that position. 88's going to counter charge into him. Oh, actually.
Texas Guards at least now coming in from that open side, and they're kind of holding here. You got some Union guys back still. I assume respawn. Some of the Union though. 6 New York is going straight up center, which maybe they thought their friendlies won, which they're close. Oh, 6 New York's now turning in. All right.
Yeah.
One CSA flag down.
You know, I mean, props to TG and 88 for both, you know, trying to counter and help their friendlies, but the Union just had the numbers.
Yep. That's what most of this game is. You got more CSA now going in. LFL is trying to charge it out. Looks like some 88th guys are with them as well, so maybe told them to try to get in there. Might be too late, though. Oh my goodness, I just saw a Union guy miss a point blank shot and he died to that guy that he missed. Almost deserved.
Oh man, looks like Union's gonna sweep the bottom of this woods.
And that is kind of the... One, Union's up on tickets, but they brought CSA down about a third of a stage, which is exactly what you want. Looks like they got one flag down for CSA. So, it's exactly what you want.
Yeah. Yep, and for those that aren't aware, the when a flag's down like that, it starts a 5-minute timer, which can be pretty detrimental depending on the map.
Yep. Long time to wait before it despawns and you get it back, especially when it's behind the now Union line. So Union's probably going to reform up for a minute, give CSA time to kind of reform as well.
Yeah. Oh, damn, I see. Looks like TKO is going to move back up the hill. They were trying to harass the Union, but...
Oh, CSA charging actually down. Second U.S. Cavs going straight in for HL, who's the most forward Union line right now.
Oh, and yeah, they... looks like they take HL out, but 6L is going to charge into him.
I accidentally stabbed you, my bad.
Which Union's going to appreciate this regardless of if they are able to hold HL's position. Again, they just need to get tickets down at this point. CSA just needs to play for time. Just sit back. They don't necessarily need to charge. Unless they want to retake the ground. But
yeah, as a defender, when you want to charge, you want to... It's like you want to make sure you can completely wipe a unit taking, you know, pretty minimal casualties, because if you go in 50-50, you know, charging as a defender, it's just not worth it.
100%. TG did get their flag back, Sluggy from 2nd US Cav. Maybe that's why they charged in to kind of distract and get that flag out, which they did. Union's slightly up on tickets, but CS has got a new defensive line and Union's starting to push up.
Yeah, props on them for, did you say Sluggy rescued the flag?
Yeah.
Yeah, good on him.
Thank you.
Come to my tent after this battle and I'll give you a little...
It's always cool when you can kind of see somebody weave through combat and, you know, go rescue a flag and get it out. Terrible to watch if you're trying to shoot at them and you can't hit them. Yeah, it looks like Union has they pretty much secure the majority of the woods.
Which I think they got to charge in again sooner than later. I mean, the shootout has been working for them, but again, it's kind of a time thing at this point. Tickets you're slightly ahead, so.
Yeah, so if you remember earlier, I was saying they were kind of out of, you know, artillery fire range, or just the zone.
Yeah.
Props to Ramble and TG. They have rolled a cannon, like, midway down that hill, and are shooting into the wood where Union are.
Ah.
I watched like a shot. Like I don't know if they hit anything. I didn't see where it hit, but it flew right over the top of their infantry line.
Just reminds me to the, what was it, the Shiloh reenactment event. How long ago was that? It was like a year and a half in this game. A year and a half ago. Where they did the Conquest version of this map, where Union held in this woods and CSA had to charge from the east across the big open field and then eventually get into the woods, and they had already firing down on the woods. Which you should go watch the mini movie, by the way. Anyways, shameless plug. So Texas Guards have that flank on CSA left. They're starting to get shot down though, and it looks like their officer is moving a little bit.
Who? Where are you guys?
Ok, rechargez les gars, annoncez les pareils.
But 20 minutes. I mean, Union
looks like
is in a fine spot. Yeah.
I was gonna say, it looks like 88th and A&V are about to run into each other in the far northwest side of the woods.
Oh, I heard the screams on my dead body.
Oh.
Yeah, first US, they're right in front of you.
Go to the right, go to the
I think 88 seen him and kind of turned around.
Yeah, I wonder if they were trying to get on these rocks, which
Good ambush, gentlemen. Well
nice
done.
spot.
Yeah, because I believe that's out of bounds for Union.
No, not all of them, but they certainly ran.
We pushed them back.
It was 88th New York, so not too many.
Killer called it out. He said it's 88th New York.
Yeah, that's one thing about, you play with people long enough, you can hear voices and kind of just instantly know who they are.
Yeah, because sometimes I'll see an officer like chasing a flag and be like, "I know what flag you are," and he'll say the person's name, and I'm like, "What? How do you call that?"
Top of that rock, boys.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think Union probably needs to pick up the pace just a little bit here.
Or early cap. You got some Union.
Yeah, we're like that, yeah.
6 Alabama's going up on LFL a little bit, at least getting kind of close.
Honestly, yeah, early capping would be a perfect job for those 6 Arkansas guys.
I mean, it would. You need the time, but you don't want to give CSA a fourth of morale stage tickets back.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I do kind of. I would lean towards what you're saying though with an early cap.
Yeah, at least
that
just
would
stopping the time, right?
Yeah. Because I mean, 18 minutes to bring CSA down 2 whole morale stages to last stand. Not a lot of time.
Load hold, 13, load hold.
Bow face on me, double quick.
Frank with bad face on my cut.
Just keep shooting. Anderson! Get down!
I was just over Parker. It sounds like they may be organizing a charge.
6LA is charging in the 2nd US Cav, kind of on the edge of this forest line right now. A little charge. Which, I don't know if it was mentioned, but the officers don't have a Steam chat. They got to all talk in game if they want to communicate, so... Which I've...
Oh, 88 New York is charging A&V.
Oh my, that's a crazy charge, by the way, but you also got Union charging LFL in the center. CSA, it's taking losses. And LFL got wiped quickly. Texas Guards trying to reinforce. Looks like A&V and 88th is close, but I think A&V is going to barely win that out. Shocked 88th would charge into A&V there. Maybe they didn't realize how many Union guys were there, but Union flag down.
Oh, in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, a couple flags down on both sides, it looks like. Now you got 6 New York charging in where 2nd US Cav was. HL was with Union as well. And they pushed 2nd US Cav out trying to chase a flag who's running the wrong way. I know he's trying not to die, but he's running towards Union spawn. At least the CSA flag bearer, that's what I was talking about. Anyways, everyone seems to have picked up their flags. CSA kind of holds their line. But Union survived that and win that for the most part. So good charge there by them.
Yeah, I think TG was the one that kind of threw a wrench in Union's plans there because they charged and almost they like split the line
Yep.
of Union that was going up the hill.
Oh, it's a TG secret.
So yeah, they might have dropped into taking losses, but I mean they're not down on tickets very much.
Indeed.
Whose flag is that was down?
Is there a flag?
It might have been There was. I think it was CSA that got picked up.
There was a couple.
So second USC's charging whatever this group is on the east side of the wood line.
SR and 6 Alabama. 6 Alabama's running towards the point.
Yeah, no, that's HL that ran out onto the point road. I don't think they realized they got charged.
I saw one 6 Alabama guy, I assumed. 20th Georgia is getting closer and closer to Union Artillery. They're having a little sideshow. Which, this house that they're by right now, I'm pretty sure the reflection in some of the things in the house show other parts of the battlefields.
That's right.
I don't know if that's still true or not. Like, I thought plates reflected, like, Washington Street or something like that.
Oh, wow.
It's weird. I don't know if that's the case, but...
okay, another Union charge.
Oh my goodness, that might be important.
It's not even one unit. It's just a hodgepodge of Union units charged that corner, or the wood corner.
Yeah, 88th and 88th caught a little off guard on top because they were shooting towards HL on point. LFL's trying to go in. CSA on the right. I think that's TKO trying to flank around, but A&V's now pushing out, trying to go hit the behind of CSA, and they're going to get a flag. Which is good from A&V's part there. CSA seems to be holding. 20th Georgia's now finally getting to some action. They're going to hit the Union on point.
A&V hit another flag.
Those flags being down are going to be huge for if Union has any shot. Really, flags being down are huge for both sides. Which Union actually looks like they're starting to overtake this a little bit. Maybe due to A&V getting those flags. TKO coming in for CSA though.
Who is it? So it looks like some HL pulled off the hill. They ran actually down to the field.
Ooh.
Kind of by the big tree.
Ooh.
Which...
Union have won the charge of the woods. And they got 3 CSA flags down. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, not to be a homer, but I think A&V coming up and sweeping down the road behind everybody kind of won that.
I agree. It got the flags down. CSA couldn't get respawns, and Union was eventually able to overtake that. Now, CSA should probably get these flags back just because it's kind of close to their main spawn, which one of the more beautiful main spawns in the game, I would say. But what's that?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool spawn area. It'd be nice if you could, you know, the boundaries were expanded and you could fight around that, you know, little housing and stuff.
That'd be pretty neat. We need more maps.
Yeah.
Let someone else design them, please. Please,
yeah.
not the drill camp.
Yeah, the drill camp ones were
it's a
bit rushed.
Yeah. We're going to throw artillery wherever we want. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
20th Georgia getting charged out on point by A&V. See, Union's trying to hold this. It's a 7-minute counterattack, so if Union holds for 4.5 minutes, they can win this game. CSA main spawns move out and pick up their flags, and Union's pushing up in the wood line, maybe trying to counter, but they're severely outnumbered.
Yeah, they got to be careful there. CSA's just going to come steamrolling down into them.
Which, they're steamrolling the point, some of them are.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, man.
Watch the flanks, boys. You got the fucking
Looks like HL's actually going up. They're charging up and going to try to fight them in the road, it looks like.
Why are they stopping right there?
Yeah, that was
big
bad.
Charging in the woods, too. It is a mess. Yeah, I don't know why HL's... And the CSA charged down at them. That's a little even more surprising.
Allez, reformez-vous à côté de
It looks like they won.
Yeah, Union is backing off. I mean, HL was not in a great spot. Now some TKO guys are trying to charge into the kind of holding ground for the Union. Or they're reforming, which they're not going to be able to break through that. Still got some Union up top trying to charge in there. This is a mess of a round. Very quickly turned into a mess, which is going to do good for the attackers. Everyone's down to breaking with 14.5 minutes left on the clock. Sure, CSA is going to regain a little bit of tickets and take the point back, but I mean, this is exactly where you want them if you're Union.
Oh my gosh, second USC charged where Union had the foothold with their flags.
Yeah, I'm surprised they brought their flag up.
Yeah, they brought their flag with them. That's crazy.
And that goes down.
Pick up the flags. Come on.
You got some Midwest guys charging in here now. Couple, not a lot. So both sides about to drop in the breaking. CSA looks like they're going to get that flag out, which means everyone on each side has their flags. Uh-oh, 6 Arkansas is being pushed out by assumed 20th. Yep, 20th Georgia's trying to chase down 6 Arkansas.
On the major.
This is the real battle all along.
Yep, so Union kind of has pulled it a little bit back in their favor with, you know, getting them down the breaking with 14 minutes left.
Are you guys angry or what?
That's ample time to, you know, knock CSA on the last stand, I think.
And 20th Georgia kills 80% of 6 Arkansas. Praise be.
Oh, poor Chopper.
So,
you know, even though they're getting wiped, you know, like we were talking about earlier, good on them for keeping, you know, more than twice their number busy on the opposite side of the map.
yes.
Break reloads,
Like
boys.
as a
Back
skirm
up.
group,
Back
that
up.
should be what you want to accomplish right there.
Back up. On the right, see these? We can fight here.
And some HG guys just shot into 20th Georgia. It's just kind of funny.
You know, I honestly thought CSA was going to completely throw Union out of the woods for a second.
It was
just
very
with how-
close.
How, you know, hectic it got with the charges and everything, but it looks like they've kind of settled down and got regrouped.
So at this point, Union can cap and win. That's why you have TKO and 88th, I assume, moving on to the point. But at least from what I've seen in the past, the top of the road where 88th and TKO is right now is where you want to cap the point from. You don't want to cap it in the open field because, one, CSA already is going to look down on you. I mean, it's going to look down on you regardless, but the top of the road's a great spot to have. If Union tries to cap from the field and CSA gets on top of this little road with the half-stone wall, I mean, it's CSA can just completely destroy you. So,
yeah.
Which, interestingly, someone's TKO's moving down to the bottom of the hill, but they've been acting more as a skirmisher group. So, looks like they're just going to hold there, take some shots. 88th up top, 2nd U.S. Cav, Midwest moving there. I'm shocked that CSA is giving up the woods because Union winning this map a lot of the times involves pushing up through the woods, taking the woods entirely, and then charging down the road from CSA main spawn to the point and taking the top of the road, which CSA either doesn't seem to think Union's going to do that, or they think that that's a good spot to hold when Union comes out of the woods. I don't know, but CSA is also very split up. I mean, there's still 2 CSA groups in the woods, LFL and Texas Guards, so, I mean, I don't know. TG might be charged out in a second by HL.
Just
Or
go,
CSA, right?
Information. Get the fuck out of here.
Run, boys, run.
And HL's just going to take some shots. Texas Guards are going to push out. Center of the map. Union now charging in on LFL.
Get these rocks, boys. Right side, left side.
Oh, it looks like Eddie in 2nd U.S. is going to try to reinforce. It might be too late, though, at that point.
I'm a little confused why they backed off the woods entirely and now are trying to go and save the position. A little confusing of a decision there. More CSA are moving from the point as well. I think that's 88th. Mixer charging here. You got more Union reinforcements starting to stroll up now, but second US Cav starting to hold a little bit. It's HL for Union pushing up. 88th is now here for CSA.
I don't want to die. Wrap around, get the flag. Flags are priority.
Ooh, CSA is gonna win that. I mean, it cost them tickets, but they won that melee.
That's a bad idea.
If they can get the Union flags down, that's huge, because that's going to probably cut Union half their time left, which they have 3 down so far.
Yep, that is not great.
And here comes some Union respawns with the flag, I assume.
Get into him.
And they just need to get those flags out at this point. I don't... Oh, I actually might be able to.
Yeah, it looks like,
No shot.
hope A and B's gonna get charged in the rear by TG.
They've got to get the flags out, or maybe they can hold, I don't know, but...
Flags, dig in.
Flag, stay still.
What's your language? What's your language? What's your language? What's your language? Hello. 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 Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, it's the second time that's happened. Hello.
Yeah, looks like Union kind of fumbled that. Lost all their flags.
CSA reinforcements in LFL. Yeah, I mean, that's looks like 2 flags so far. Union already gets a shot in there. Man. Well, that's a turn in tides. I was a little surprised CSA actually held, because most of their guys weren't in the...
Well, did they get 2 flags out or just 1?
I mean, I only see 2 down.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, they're both down by the snake fence, by where Union usually pushes from their main spawn to get to the woods.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I thought they had lost 3.
Would not have surprised me, that's for sure. But
Well, they've got... I think time's still on their side. I mean, there's only, what, a quarter of a ticket stage left? Maybe a third?
yeah, third to a half, at least for Union, to get CSA down to last stand, but...
Yeah.
I mean, Union's not getting those 2 flags back, which I really hope CSA holds a forward position to try to keep those flags down, but Union's not going to get those 2 flags back until the 3.5-minute mark, and then it has to spawn in and run to the battle, which that's going to take time.
Yeah.
So, this is going to be close. I mean, Union's going to have, at least, assuming they keep all their flags and wait for these flags to despawn, I mean, they're going to have time for 1 or 2 more charges. This is going to be real close. You got LFL holding in front of the flags. You got some CSA moving up behind. Second US Cavs close to that. 88th as well.
Looks like some CSA is going to move on the point. Or, I mean, Union's going to move on the point.
Not a bad idea. Keep CSA in the open so that Union might be able to get in a shootout with them, which I don't know how much they can do, but looks like you have some Union guys ramboing up trying to get the flag. First Delaware and first US Sharps guys, which if they can get them out, that's huge. But again, it's a big decision, because if they pick up the flag and die, that 5-minute timer restarts, and it's not necessarily time you can afford, but if you can slowly get that flag out, then great. But Union's going to move into the woods. The 2
Thinks Arkansas is capping, but they're going to get charged in the back by 20th Georgia.
I don't think they see him. They don't see him.
Oh god, they're coming. There's a whole line coming at us. There's a whole line coming at us. Pilot, shoot the officer. Behind us, shoot the officer.
Oh, they're getting squeezed. Oh, CSA already, what a shot. Oh my goodness, they might have gotten a 2 kill. That's funny. That does
oh my
pull
gosh.
all the CS.
Yeah, CSA, yeah, just they all just ran out into the field.
Union, Artie, you have a time. Union might have a chance to run up and get those flags. I don't think they've realized it. TG's trying to run back into the woods. 88th is still holding out in the open. LFL is half on, mostly. Actually, LFL is off point right now. If you're on that half of the stone wall, you're not capping, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, who charged down the road? Who is this?
Oh, there's Union.
Gamebot.
I wonder if they're one of the groups without the flag.
Hey, don't do that. that. That's
I
not
mean,
nice.
do they have a flag?
A&V's, the main line of A&V's charging down the road on point,
Yeah.
supporting 6.
Which it looks like Union's trying to keep up the pressure even without half the flags.
Get over here and help us.
Here.
Way to be a diversion.
Let's go, 6. Let's go.
Which now you got Midwest Brigade running from the open field. Meanwhile, the rest of the Union team is putting a lot of pressure on the wood line. They got one of those flags back. Looks like they're going to get both of those down flags back in their line. 2nd U.S. Cav trying to charge them out with some TG guys as well. Holy crap. Wasn't expecting this mayhem with the Union not having flags. You got more CSA 88th collapsing in, trying to get Union flags. Union flags still up, retreating to 13th Georgia, HL, 1st Delaware line. It's a mix of everyone. 6LA as well. Point is naturally decaying right now, it looks like.
Yeah, this is quite the fight.
CSA first to hit last stand, so if they die, they don't come back. Every kill's going to matter. And Union hits final push. Black timer, I don't think it dropped. If it did, it dropped a couple seconds. Yeah. So, Union's got infinite lives, respawns, limited time. CSA can't respawn anymore. They just need more bodies on point when the clock hits 0. Similarly, Union needs to wipe CSA or get more bodies on point when the clock hits 0 or capture it. If they get more bodies on point when the clock hits 0, they'll force an overtime, and they'll have to continually cap it for some period of time. You got a couple Union guys on point, CSA charging up for that. You see this a couple times. CSA flag bearers, they can't spawn anyone in anymore, so they'll just charge in and die, which I just saw one did. I don't think they should... I don't know if they should do that per se, but... I mean, in a charge, you should be more of a distraction when you're...
You know, with all that... I'm assuming with all that going on, Union actually was able to rescue those down flags in the woods.
It's my company, and I want to carry my
Yeah,
colors.
this may not end well for CSA, unfortunately.
Yeah, CSA has to get Union flags down, which Union's got them kind of on lock at this point. Union pushing up center of the map, a couple CSA guys there that they're going to wipe through. You got a good amount of CSA moving from main spawn, and you got a lot of CSA on point.
Yeah, I just think the amount of people that had to come from respawn and Union having their flags back probably not gonna... I just don't think CSA has enough time at this point.
Yeah.
Like if they were maybe like for a minute.
2nd U.S. Cav charging down to the Union line. They got completely shot to crap. And you got Union charging near point as well. CSA already trying to get into the fun, but they fail there. You got 88th now charging into the Union in the center.
Yeah, HL, 6 Arkansas, and some of 6 New York. Oh, just Parker, never mind. Charging down the road.
Union center is holding maybe a flag or so down, but they're fine. As you just mentioned too, Union winning on the point directly. Last CSA group to be alive is the Texas Guards. They're going for a wide flank. TKOs with them, which I don't know why they're... I get why they're charging from this side. Maybe they're trying to surprise the Union, maybe get some flags. But by this point, the rest of their team is wiped, except for Artie.
Well, you know, they flanked all the way out here into the field, and then they just kind of cut straight up when they left the wood line.
Yeah. Anyways, Union is going to pull this off. Cloud, your thoughts for the round?
Yeah, we are.
You know, really good attempt by the CSA defenders. They recovered, you know, after a couple different attacks and even almost completely wiped the Union, but Union was just able to pretty much just overpower them, kind of just whittle them down. And then, you know, smart on them capping early and, you know, stopping that timer for a few minutes. Looks like it helped them out.
Yeah, Union played a pretty good round. Not much more with that. Capping the point helped them out a lot. TSCR is going to get a nice couple of shots here to end the round, but Union's going to get a nice win. I mean, I don't think there was too many mistakes on either side, if I'm remembering right. It just seemed like a good match overall, and Union just played better and won in the end, which...
Yeah, I agree.
I think.
I don't think I've seen many mistakes by anybody. I got something in my throat.
I mean, the biggest thing is 6th Arkansas distracting 20th Georgia, which really kept CSA outnumbered in the woods, and any good attempts CSA had at fighting in the woods was really hindered by that fact, being down 10 or so guys. But, I mean, no one made any over-glaring bad decision per se. I mean, maybe TG doing that epic flank around at the end of the round, but I don't think anything would have really changed that outcome at that point. Yeah.
And I mean, I even want to give props to 6 Arkansas because, you know, if they had not ran onto point there at the end and started that cap, I don't think all those CSA units would have, you know, pulled out of the wood line and out into the field like that.
Very good point as well. That kind of caused some chaos for CSA, caught them in the open. That's probably another mistake. Didn't even think of that. Thank you. So, with that being said, we'll see you all shortly for round number 2. And here we are with our second round. We're now on Conquest. 3 points of contention being fought over. You're trying to get a majority of the flag pools raised. If you do, you start dealing a ticket drain on your opponent. If you're up 1-0 in flags, you deal 1 flag pool's worth. If you're up 2-0, 2 flag pools worth, and 3 flag pools worth. Now, if each side has 1 capture, they cancel each other out, and no one loses tickets. So if it's a 2-to-1 flag difference, you are the team with 1 flag is losing 1 flag pool's worth. Anyways, Cloud, you have any insight into strategy on Corn Crib?
I mean, not really. There's like the way it's designed, it's so balanced. I mean, you really just want to take, you know, whatever point is closest to you, you know, CSA or Union team, and then it becomes just a fight over that B point in the middle. I know that the corn is used a lot just to get flanking shots and everything, and then both teams will utilize that snake rail that's there. It looks like Union's already on it, and then that barn becomes a big pivot point as well.
Yeah, indeed it does. CSA is used in that corn. As mentioned, CSA have the C point as the safe point. Union has the A point, and Union was able to get to this B point first. I'm sorry for interrupting this, but numbers 218. Union's up by 6 right now. Artillery. CSA have 4. Union have 8. So it is a 2-man infantry in balance in favor of Union right now. So
yeah, we
CSA
also with. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was like, how have CSA not gotten the C point yet? Union's gotten A and B. What's going on? Anyways, what are you...
Yeah, I was gonna say with Conquest, we've actually, which I know some of the other events to do it. We don't play it with the full ticket drain on. We have the thing toned down to like an 80% ticket drain.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's just so you get a little, you know, the round can be a little bit more competitive instead of just, you know, one team getting kind of just steamrolled.
Yeah, because those flag drop rates kill your tickets more than anything else in the game.
Yeah, it's
and so
crazy.
You can't really do anything else. Anyways, HL by B in the corn is getting point-blank shots in the 20th Georgia. They didn't hit a whole lot, but they're kind of shooting blind. I mean, the corn, I mean, you can just look at one of these frontline reporter views. I mean, you can't see anything in the corn past a couple feet, so... Yeah, generally for Conquest, it's a lot harder on this map because it is tiny and not that wide, but you generally want to keep a couple guys at the safe point. You want to send most of your team to fight over that middle point, secure that, and then send a small harassment group at your opponent's safe point to kind of keep them on their toes over there. But yeah, it looks like you have some movement far south side of the map. You do have 6 New York holding the line there. LFL's going this way, though. And they're going to walk by each other. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that sprinting and bayonets are off the rip.
Yeah. So, yeah, from the get-go with Conquest and Contention, you can just have Bayos on. And then, you know, full sprint.
Find it makes sense, but it's funny how... Contention's never done in private events, and Conquest is never done in public events. It's kind of funny.
Well, the event UEC, which is the other kind of big European event on Fridays and Saturdays outside of Grand Campaign, they actually do Contention.
Oh.
Yeah, so they'll alternate it. Like the way they do it, they'll spin a wheel and they'll pick one round of contention, one round of conquest, and then 2 skirmish maps, and then they'll just kind of mix it up for
That
whatever you do
weekend.
Friday is you do the opposite on Saturday.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, and it's pretty fun. Just because it's slowed down contention. And so there's a little bit more organized play to it. It's just that the randomness of the points can kind of just, always skew it in one team's favor.
Yeah, that's the annoying part about it, but
yeah,
I guess at least it's another game mode, right?
Yeah, that's true.
HL is charging into 2nd US Cav, trying to catch them off guard, and they're gonna be able to do that. CSA is really trying to come from this south side, which 6 New York was holding there, but it looks like they saw CSA go around them, and they're gonna gun it to the C point, which not a bad idea. I mean, you can already see the ticket drop rate on the CSA right now. They're down about 1/3 of a stage, and as of now, it looks like Union's going to get all 3 points, unless Texas Guards has something to say about it. They're going to see. Anyways, in the woods to the south, 6 Alabama's there. LFL turned around to get them. Some CSA are by Union Artillery, but I think C point is where it's at right now. As Texas Guards are going to try to stop the 6 New York from doing this.
Yep. South, start shooting.
Get on the fence, get on the fence.
Tuck into the fences. Flag, get ready. I'm halfway.
I'm ready.
Keep shooting. Keep shooting.
And Texas Guards get shot off really quickly, which it's kind of surprising because now they're down 2 flags worth. And where's the CSA at? I'm zooming out. They're like, it's like no one's here. Anyways, Union's about to get all 3 points, which means a counterattack is going to start. CSA will have 3 minutes to either A, capture a point, or B, neutralize 2 of the points. They have to do either or. It takes about 25-30 seconds to lower or raise a flag. So with the counterattack being 3 minutes, that's not a lot of time. Looks like you got A and V now coming in to reinforce the 6 New York. They wiped the CSA flag down. Where's CSA? It feels like there's no CSA on this map.
Yeah, I watched 20th Georgia, and I think it looks like HD. They're charging out Union already, which, I mean, I guess is helpful, but
it's getting Union tickets down.
With this counterattack, so we, I mean, I'm sure other units know this too, but you were saying 25 to 30. It's exactly 30 seconds to raise and lower a flag. So anytime we're playing, we know that you have, if you're not decapping a point by at least like a minute 15, like on that gold timer, it's pretty much game over.
Yep. We'll note also CSA is losing 3 flagpoles worth, so it's killer regardless. But here comes charging in on C. I assume 20th Georgia is going towards that A point, which looks like a couple of Union are there trying to defend that.
Majority of CSA is coming out of their woods. Looks like they're gonna retake C point.
But yeah, they're sweeping through that Union. They just lost a flag. Yep. CSA picks up the one that was lost when A and V collapsed in. But yeah, they're going to get that C point. Looking at A, though, which is now being fought over. 20th Georgia has not started a decap yet, but they're, I think, more preoccupied with the Union that's encircling them right now. And it looks like they're going to lose a flag.
Yeah, 20th Georgia's got to be careful here. They've got what looks like 1st U.S. and 1st Delaware, 13th Georgia and 8th Florida, and HL and 6R. They've got like half of the Union team surrounded them on that point.
And they're going to stop that decap as they charge in. CSA, though, they're going to get that decap on C in a moment. So they do. It shows that Union has all 3 flags. However, I wonder if they're losing 3 flagpoles worth of tickets at this moment. You would think they are, but interesting side note too about a counterattack is that once the gold timer hits 0, the game finishes. It doesn't matter if you're in the middle of an action of decapping or raising a point. Once it hits 0, it's over. But CSA is going to get that C point back. And we will continue However, CSA is down almost a whole morale stage at this point, so it's going to be very, very, very difficult for them to come back.
Yeah, thankfully we've got the the ticket drain decrease on too, or it would be a lot worse for CSA. This is still
CSA
manageable.
bias.
I mean, you can you can still come back from this theoretically. I mean, there's still plenty of time.
Yep. I mean,
that was just a bit of a blunder by the CSA team.
Yep, 35 minutes or 34 with a flagpole lead. I mean, you can definitely catch morale stage back up in that time. But CSA has never really had a firm hold on 2 points this round. So
yeah. It looks like the majority of them are going to sweep through the corn, maybe. And I don't know if that means they're going to try to hit B from the side or go all the way around to A point.
I don't think CSA can fight over the C and A point. I just feel like that's a losing battle.
Yeah, it's hard to split your team like that.
But
normally you see the CSA take this snake rail fence that's just to the west of the B point.
Yeah. Still in a bad spot. That Midwest is on that right now. Anyways, you got 3 CSA groups moving through the corn. You got 2 moving through the wood line, which there's a little charge happening there right now. 20th Georgia and HG going against 6 Alabama. 6 New York is now looking to assist their fallen 6 Alabama brothers. Oh my goodness, a body just ragdolled through the air. Never see that anymore. So 6 New York wins there, at least, because it looks like some of the CSA backed off. Meanwhile, CSA is starting to move out of the corn a little bit. You got some towards the northeast of B point. 2nd U.S. Cav going over 88th, kind of sitting back.
LFL just popped out of the corn, and Killer was standing in his road with his back to him, and they volleyed him in the back. Seems a little overkill for an officer, but
Yeah. You never know what Killer can do. He could, dodge a bullet at close range, do a little matrix stuff.
Looks like 2nd USC has snuck through, and they're right there near A.
Yeah, they got a flag. 2 Union flags are down at A. What? They might pull this off.
I don't know what yeah, I'm not sure what happened over here.
I mean, they just kind of charged out. They wiped a Union group a moment ago, and now they're charging the RD who's trying to run away. Which
You gotta get out of there.
Actually, sorry, the down flag at A was a CSA flag. I forgot about that. But I'm confused why the 2nd U.S. Cav and 88th guys are charging. I think 88th is here. Never mind, they left. Where'd they go? Where'd 88th go?
I see 3 of them. They're in the 4 of them. They're in the wood line.
Oh, okay.
You know that little patch of trees right there in the field.
All right. Question. If you are in the 2nd U.S. Cav at 88th position, do you A, go to the A point, which is for the most part wide open, and decap it to stop a ticket drain, or B, charge some artillerymen?
I would definitely go decap point.
They chose B.
At the minimum.
They charged RD.
I mean, I do understand getting the RD out from behind you, but like they literally just spawn there, so it's it's like kind of a lose-lose situation. They're gonna keep just spawning there and shooting you with canister.
Yep. And I mean, maybe it makes sense to keep a group here to prevent Union from using artillery at all, but 15, 20 guys is a lot. So
yeah, because I think, does it stop RD from spawning if there's people in the cannons, or is it just like, oh, you're spawning in front of them?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Oh my goodness, what a volley! Who was that? A&V and 1st Delaware just threw lead into 88th and 2nd U.S. Cav as they moved to the A point, which unfortunately now the Union main spawns have pushed up, and they're probably not going to be able to take it now.
It's probably company.
Yeah, here comes Parker. He literally came out of the wood line right behind the CSA.
Which they're going to get a volley on the side. They should hit every single one of these shots. They get about 3 or 4. They missed the flags, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, they hit like everybody around the flags.
Union crossfire a little bit there, and yeah, it looks like A&V killed some 6 New York guys there. But they got 2 CSA flags down. CSA isn't taking losses. Now you got a CSA attack going on the B point. You also have some CSA infantry charging their own artillery because Union guys are there. 20th Georgia and HD on the B point, decapping it. But in a moment, I assume Union's going to rush out and get the point back. But we finally might see a moment where CSA is not losing tickets.
Here comes Killer and A and V on the side of the barn.
Flint and Steel. Who said that?
Independent fire.
They're gonna get a decap here. A lot of Unions still at A, probably just trying to form up. Got 6 LA guys near the B point as well. First Delaware and first US Sharps here as well. And they get the decap. And so CSA might actually win the game.
Oh, they're getting charged.
Yep, and he'll create. Oh man, here comes LFL. They're gonna try to raise that flag up.
This flag raise and going.
I mean, this is what they want, though.
Well, this is what they need to do. I mean, 2nd US Cav and 88th, they lost 2 of those flags, but they distracted a lot of the Union and it let the rest of their team get the B point. The question is, though, can they hold the point?
Right.
Just keep shooting.
Allez, messieurs, le flag, messieurs.
I love hearing the not English languages being taught.
We need someone to body block that guy.
Very funny. And now 60 York is going to charge in. I assume the rest of the Union is going to charge in. You got some flanking from the southwest side as well.
Guard against.
Being 6 LA.
Turn around.
Charge, counter charge.
And Union is decapping that CSA flag that was only partially raised on the point. And that is potentially a 3rd CSA flag down. And Union's going to get B back. They might make a push for the C point now, which you do have a CSA flag at C right now. Being Texas Guards and some Jenkins Brigade guys. But now CSA's on a real rough spot.
Yeah, what a charge by Union.
Union doesn't need to go to C, but my goodness, it's kind of wide open. You do have a CSA group going to the A point from CSA spawn.
Yeah.
They might run into one Union or maybe just moving in from spawn, not necessarily Rambo. He is by himself. Never mind, he's not going to see him. It's like in US Cav.
Yeah, they're going to have a free run at A.
And they're going to get those flags back and probably get that decap or cap. Union's just locking down the B point right now. Not realizing.
Yep. Yeah, you know, 2nd US might get a sneaky point cap here.
Which HL's the closest group to them. They're kind of to the north of the A point, looking at that corn. Probably waiting for CSA to come out of it, but they're not pushing out. But yeah, Union not defending their left, or they just had a group move over there to that woods, but 2 CSA groups have now slipped through towards the A point.
Yeah, and what's crazy with them having both flags, they're gonna. I don't know whose 2nd flag that is, but they're gonna start spawning whatever unit over here with them.
Unless they've spawned main already.
Yeah, that's true.
But 1st Delaware and 13th Georgia have seen him. He got a lot of Union, though, starting to move to the south side on the B point. I don't know if they're trying to hold the side or make a push towards C, but they got a fair amount of CSA behind them. HL now turning back towards the A point, trying to link up with some friendlies and engage with them. Who's the 2nd CSA group that slipped through?
20th Georgia, yeah.
Yep.
I wonder if that's their flag.
I mean, you what? Sluggy is moving with them. Could probably hit tab in a second, but look, Union's charging
Union's
in.
charging. Oh, Union's gonna get cut down here.
Well, HL gets shot up in the field. You got a couple Union guys flanking 13th Georgia. You do have Union cutting from the south side back to the A point here because they saw CSA decap and get a cap. There is a Union flag, though, on the point on his self trying to decap.
What did he do it?
The CSA are just, oh, Fig got him. Anyways, here come the Union flank. 6 New York and 6 Alabama guys moving in.
Boys, I have to tell you over here, this was considered ramming. No.
I'll kill you. You killed my
Light him
friend.
up, light him up.
You killed my friend.
You got some Union volleying from a distance towards A, but Union is holding this, and CSA is going to be down 2 flags again. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it was a nice idea from 2nd U.S. Cav and 20th Georgia. I mean, they got back there and got their flags, but this is now the 2nd time they've lost the flags at about the furthest possible point that they could lose them. And
If 88th just turned and went to B point, they could decap it with TKO.
TKO is on the point. TKO ran past the down flag. Now they're lowering the flag. I don't know why they're not picking up that down flag of theirs. TG and LFL pushing that.
I mean, I get it if you've got like limited numbers and stuff, but you know, in a conquest mode, a down flag is such a detriment to your team.
And they're gonna pick it up. Good job, Black Ranger. 88th is now pushing. And that's the thing is 2nd U.S. Cav and 20th Georgia. They're similar to what we saw a few minutes before. Is that again they distracted the Union, pushed them back to the Union safe point because Union in a sense kind of overreacted and let their friendlies get this B point, but. The problem is that since CSA doesn't ever have all their flags up, Union eventually just takes this point back. It's not, I mean, it's not moving that needle a whole lot for this round, so.
Yeah. Yeah, this may be one that it's not down to like a last stand kind of thing. They're probably going to end up in breaking just based on time and everything.
Body block. Whoa. South.
Now you got Union starting to pressure on the B point. You also got some flanking around to the corn. Granted, you do have CSA in the corn. JB guys harassing in there. Schumacher with them there.
I mean, it's like just the way this round has been, and I guess the way the map's designed. Like everywhere you look, somebody is flanking somebody.
This is
Don't worry, I'll take the flag.
a pretty good map.
6 New York's sweeping through the corn, but 88th New York was able to pull off deeper in, so they.
Oh, LFL. Oh no. 6 New York sweeps it there. Rest of the Union pops up. That's 3rd. Actually, all 4 CSA flags are down right now. Yeah, Union. Oh my goodness. CSA's doing it again. They're going to the A point. I assume 2nd U.S. Cav? No, it's 20th Georgia instead. They should realistically get those flags out and maybe have a couple guys stay back to try and decap. They can't keep doing that. They're getting down to breaking. Which Union might not necessarily know, but that C point is wide open right now.
Yeah. It's. I don't know. I always think like the way with Conquest, you should only just focus on 2 points. Like,
yes.
Unless that that point that is in the middle or whatever, you just cannot capture it no matter what y'all tried. Then maybe go pull something and go grab the point close to them to kind of switch things up. But your main tactics should always just be, the point closest to your spawn and then the middle point.
But it's fun being greedy.
Yeah.
Go big or go. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
The crazy thing is, I've seen like teams, be winning pretty handedly, and they get greedy and end up losing because they gave up such a winnable position just to do other stuff.
Union Horde is charging A.
Hey, wait. Hey, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
And they're not going to get the decap. And 20th Georgia's getting out of there.
And the crazy, they're about facing towards USA spawn, so it's not like a great place to go.
Alright, raise the flag, thanks, mate.
Great on, who was that? First US, A and V, 6L,
I had a correct
6 New York.
This is
Gamebot just said he had a correct feeling. I guess he knew that CSA was going to try that again.
I mean, why wouldn't they? Their flags are down there. They gotta have them to have a shot. But
Yeah.
this is, yeah. This round has felt over for a while. CSA's gotta change something up here, which I honestly think it's too late. CSA is about to get breaking, right? Even if they do take back the 2 flag majority, I mean, they have to catch back up after they're down what, a morale in 2/3 of a stage right now.
Take a look at C point.
Don't let it be true. Or maybe let it be true. End the suffering. Who is it? HL, end the suffering. End
Yeah,
the
they just charged out JB. Looks like. I mean, they've pretty much unimpeded to the C point.
And
There's no big units near them.
you got CSA kind of around the B point with one of the CSA flag down at the barn. A second one was just picked up on the point, but I think it's about to be shot dead. Or might get it just got shot dead. 2 of the CSA flags are at Union spawn right now. And you got a lot of CSA gunning it to the C point now from the B point because they're seeing the decap.
Behind us, Akon. Behind us, Akon. Behind us, Akon.
CSA, it's breaking. Yeah, I mean, even if CSA gets a 2 flagpole advantage or just up by 1 flagpole, dealing a ticket loss, they're going to lose tickets through the fighting and whatnot to where I think they'll hit last stand regardless, even if they do start getting Union down. But HL gets the decap, 2 flagpole rate drop, which HL probably could have held this just because CSA doesn't have their flag with them, but nonetheless, they at least get a decap. That's going to be 2 flagpoles, and now you got 20th being charged out at A. They try to push back up, but who is it? 6 Alabama. I guess another gamebot feeling.
HL just lost their flag in that endeavor over there, unfortunately. Like, they were saying fall back, like, and for some reason the flag was the last person to move, and he just got swarmed.
The logical outcome. But I honestly, unless Union loses like all 3 points, I don't think they can lose at this point. It's now you got a lot of Union pushing over, trying to get, and there's another CSA flag dropped in the center field, which it gets packed back up. CSA has 2 flags down right now, it looks like. Maybe going to be a 3rd. Actually, that one's getting out towards C. And then I think the 4th flag for CSA is in the what? Oh, these guys don't have it. Where's that 4th CSA flag? Oh my goodness, someone is running it way out of bounds to the east, and he died right before I could see his name.
That's funny.
So.
Oh, I mean, look at the ticket drain right now. They don't have a point up, so it's they're almost.
You're right. They don't even
like
have a flag.
A third of the way through the breaking already.
But you're not gonna get
to
it.
me, I mean, it just honestly looked like CSA wasn't playing as together and unified as much on this map as the way Union has been.
It's so you're in the admin chat on your phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because it cuts through every once in a while. It's like you're on a walkie-talkie. It's kind of funny.
Oh, really? Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're fine. It's funny. Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news.
So CSA goes from losing a lot of tickets to losing a little less tickets. Huzzah. Or I guess yee.
To me, yeah, it just, like I was saying, it just kind of looks like the Union team is. They didn't really like spread out as much, you know. Like if you kind of look, they're always like in, not so much as a blob, but units are near each other within like 30, 45 yards.
Yeah.
Whereas CSA, they're kind of just segmented, kind of moving around by themselves.
I mean, if you look at the numbers, it's 8-man infantry and balanced Union, which is not bad. CSA has 4 on artillery, so it's a 12-man infantry and balance right now, which 15, honestly, a 215 server, 15 is kind of about that mark. I mean, I generally say 15 for everything. 15-man in balance is too much, but it's close, but there's no, I think, reason to complain for that, but this is just going to be a slow death here, as it's been really for most of this round. A lot more anticlimactic than our previous round.
Yeah, that last round was
crazy. I mean, this one has been too, but It's just a bit more lopsided.
For the sake of entertainment, they need to not peak during the first round. They need to play terrible. I'm kidding, but you know that's
yeah, it looks
civil
like
rights.
because you were saying, you know, the infantry imbalance. I guess First Kentucky decided to stop playing artillery. Yeah.
I mean, artillery for Union is, unless there's CSA going to A, there's not. Maybe B, Union can get an angle on that. But CSA hasn't really been doing much there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, unless CSA is just piled up on B, there's not great artillery shots. I mean, it's kind of the same way for either side's battery. It's just it's more of a defensive thing, and you can kind of get some shots onto that B point depending on your angle.
But it's not like CSA's really been contesting B. They've almost been contesting A more often. At least it feels like that. 2 morale stage difference. I mean, at this point, I get CSA's trying to be slow and cautious going for the B point, but come on. You got to get that point. Like, again, even if it's a lower kill rate in terms of tickets, it's still going to do the most. So, 2nd U.S. CAF charging in the woods to the south of B. They're charging through 6 LA, who's just kind of retreating. I don't know why CSA is just probing the B point right now.
Yeah, I mean, they've got enough
people there, and I think it's 2 separate units.
Might be too late now.
The smart play would to, you know, send a unit out onto the point and have the other one flank around those sheds and charge those rocks where A and V's at. But they got flanked from behind by HL in the corn, so.
I mean, the thing is that sure they want to be cautious, they don't want to do it wrong, but at this point, not that it really matters, but
throw caution to the wind.
Yeah, you just got to go for it and hope something works. But they're about to hit last stand, and Union's not even taking losses.
Wait, they're charging us from behind.
Yeah, about face.
No, wait, no.
About face.
And they have a window. A&V is about to pull off the B point to focus on 2nd U.S. Never mind, they were about to, and it looks like they stopped because they saw that they wiped them. Got 20th Georgia, though, to the left of A&V.
Just hold. Oh, nice, he hold it.
Looks like LFL might charge them. I'm not sure what's going on.
They're just like, end the game, end it.
Oh, nice starting shot on that set of rocks.
Right oblique. At the corner.
The 88th and LFL are sitting 5 feet from the B point and not sending a single person to decap. Again, does not matter. It's more of a principle at this point.
Left of arrow, 88.
And they've now allowed 13th and 2nd Corps to get on their flanks and just have open shots on them.
Oh, now
and with it being last stand, you know, none of these guys are coming back.
So, similar to last round, if they die, they don't come back. They got a huge wave going to A as well. I mean, the problem was CSA had the C point, and then they had split priorities on the A and B point. And again, this map isn't that huge, so Union was able to just defeat in detail, hop back and forth really quickly. So, and we actually have a charge here on B. LFL is going to go into A and V.
LFL is going.
Vive l'empereur! Vive l'empereur! Vive l'empereur!
Hey, if I could hit you right now, dude, I'd hit the fuck out of you.
The CSA flag there, I think it was Fupa from 20th, was like, if I could beat the fuck out of you, I could do that right now, but I can't. Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I wish flag bearers could defend themselves somehow.
It would be very neat. Although you wouldn't want to risk someone at pubs or getting it and then being like, I can kill someone, you know, like run up and just chuck.
Yeah,
Imagine,
Rambo with it.
Burnside's bridge, the Union guy gets the flag and just tries to chuck it across the bridge. Something stupid. Like, the trolling. I guess people could do trolling normally, but it doesn't really happen much anymore, especially with Because really the only trolling with flags was people running it out of bounds, and then the devs were like 20-second respawns out of bounds, which fixed that problem. But yeah, Unions in CSA spawn. You got a couple guys left going to B. But Cloud, what are your thoughts as we finish our round out here?
Yeah, it kind of just seemed from the get-go. I don't know what CSA's plan was, but it kind of just, I don't think it worked out the way they wanted it to. And Union kind of just played a pretty unified game all around.
Wow.
So, props to everybody.
What a quote. The Union played a unified game. I'm sorry. But yeah, they got to kill everyone but 3 guys, which there's 3 artillerymen left, and you got a couple of holding C for their lives. 388th guys. But Union actually doesn't have A. I guess they got a decap. But yeah, I mean, Union just, they did everything right. They played the A and B point. They went out and got the C point sometimes, which they might have lost a flag or so there, but not a big deal. And CSA, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago, just too disjointed between the A and the B point, and Union, with it not being a big map, Union could just hop back and forth and defend it really easily. So, really good round from... Oh, CSA still alive? Is there more than 3? Oh, there's 4 RD guys. I missed them. TG guys.
And then we'll die.
Yeah,
Who's going to do it for their team? Can the CSA already get... Oh, I think they're going to get a shot off. CSA already is going to shoot at the C point.
Fuck it.
Boom!
Nice shot.
And now you got a couple of guys going in, but... Yeah. First Kentucky. Who's going to finish it off? You also got Shink from 10th South Carolina. Oh, someone did
there
it.
we go.
Anyways.
Someone just shot them.
Anyways, with that all being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord and Clips channel, among other things in the description as well. Regardless, I appreciate you all. I could not do this without everyone. And we will see you all in the next one. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night.
Oof.